Turtles are an order of reptiles known as testudines, characterized by a shell developed mainly from their ribs. Modern turtles are divided into two major groups, the Pleurodira and Cryptodira, which differ in the way the head retracts. There are 360 living and recently extinct species of turtles, including land-dwelling tortoises and freshwater terrapins. They are found on most continents, some islands, and, in the case of sea turtles, much of the ocean. Like other reptiles, birds, and mammals, they breathe air and do not lay eggs underwater, although many species live in or around water. Genetic evidence typically places them in close relation to crocodilians and birds. Turtle shells are made mostly of bone. The upper part is the domed carapace, while the underside is the flatter plastron or belly plate. Its outer surface is covered in scales made of keratin, the material of hair, horns, and claws. The carapace bones develop from ribs that grow sideways and develop into broad flat plates that join up to cover the body. Turtles are ectotherms or cold-blooded, meaning that their internal temperature varies with their direct environment. They are generally opportunistic omnivores and mainly feed on plants and animals with limited movements. Many turtles migrate short distances seasonally. Sea turtles are the only reptiles that migrate long distances to lay their eggs on a favored beach. Turtles have appeared in myths and folktales around the world. Some terrestrial and freshwater species are widely kept as pets. Turtles have been hunted for their meat, for use in traditional medicine, and for their shells. Sea turtles are often killed accidentally as bycatch in fishing nets. Turtle habitats around the world are being destroyed. As a result of these pressures, many species are threatened with extinction. The word turtle is derived from the French tortue or torter. It is a common name and may be used without knowledge of taxonomic distinctions. In North America, it may denote the order as a whole. In Britain, the name is used for sea turtles as opposed to freshwater terrapins and land-dwelling tortoises. In Australia, which lacks true tortoises, non-marine turtles were traditionally called tortoises, but more recently turtle has been used for the entire group. The name of the order, Testudines, is based on the Latin word for tortoise, testudo, and was coined by German naturalist August Bach in 1788. The order has also been historically known as Chelonii and Chelonia, which are based on the ancient Greek word for tortoise, chelon. Testudines is the official order name due to the principle of priority. The term Chelonian is used as a formal name for members of the group. The largest living species of turtle is the leatherback turtle, which can reach over 2.7 meters in length and weigh over 500 kilograms. The largest known turtle was Archelon asciros, a late Cretaceous sea turtle up to 4.5 meters long, 5.25 meters wide between the tips of the front flippers, and estimated to have weighed over 200 kilograms. The smallest living turtle is Chersobius signatus of South Africa, measuring no more than 10 centimeters in length and weighing 172 grams. Most turtle species are opportunistic omnivores. Land-dwelling species are more herbivorous and aquatic ones more carnivorous, generally lacking speed and agility. Most turtles feed either on plant material or on animals with limited movements like mollusks, worms, and insect larvae. Some species, such as the African helmeted turtle and snapping turtles, eat fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. They may take them by ambush but also scavenge. The alligator snapping turtle has a worm-like appendage on its tongue that it uses to lure fish into its mouth. Tortoises are the most herbivorous group, consuming grasses, leaves, and fruits. Many turtle species, including tortoises, supplement their diet with eggshells, animal bones, hair, and droppings for extra nutrients. Turtles generally eat their food in a straightforward way, though some species have special feeding techniques. The yellow-spotted river turtle and the painted turtle may filter feed by skimming the water surface with their mouth and throat open to collect particles of food. When the mouth closes, the throat constricts and water is pushed out through the nostrils and the gap in between the jaws. Some species employ a gape and suck method where the turtle opens its jaws and expands its throat widely, sucking the prey in. The diet of an individual within a species may change with age, sex, and season, and may also differ between populations. In many species, juveniles are generally carnivorous but become more herbivorous as adults. With Barber's map turtle, the larger female mainly eats mollusks while the male usually eats arthropods. Blanding's turtle may feed mainly on snails or crayfish depending on the population. The European pond turtle has been recorded as being mostly carnivorous much of the year but switching to water lilies during the summer. Some species have developed specialized diets such as the hawksbill, which eats sponges, the leatherback, which feeds on jellyfish, and the Mekong snail-eating turtle. Zoologists have sought to explain the evolutionary origin of the turtles, and in particular of their unique shells. In 1914, Jan Versluys proposed that bony plates in the dermis, called osteoderms, fused to the ribs beneath them, later called the polka dot ancestor by Olivier Riepel. The theory accounted for the evolution of fossil periasaurs from Brachisaurus to Anthodon, but not for how the ribs could have become attached to the bony dermal plates. More recent discoveries have painted a different scenario for the evolution of the turtle's shell. The stem turtles Unitosaurus of the Middle Permian, Papochles of the Middle Triassic, and Airhenchochles of the Late Triassic lacked carapaces and plastrons but had shortened torsos, expanded ribs, and lengthened dorsal vertebrae. Also in the Late Triassic, Odontochles had a partial shell consisting of a complete bony plastron and an incomplete carapace. The development of a shell reached completion with the Late Triassic Progonochles, with its fully developed carapace and plastron. Adaptations that lead to the evolution of the shell may have originally been for digging and a fossorial lifestyle. The oldest known members of the Pleurodira lineage are the Platycheliidae, from the Late Jurassic. The oldest known unambiguous cryptodira is Cynospiderides, a close relative of softshell turtles, from the Late Jurassic of China. During the Late Cretaceous and Cenozoic, members of the Pleurodira families Bothraminidae and Podocnemidae became widely distributed in the northern hemisphere due to their coastal habits. The oldest known soft-shelled turtles and sea turtles appeared during the early Cretaceous. Tortoises originated in Asia during the Eocene. A late surviving group of stem turtles, the Melaneidae, survived in Australasia into the Pleistocene and Holocene.